Hi, I'm Rhyan Finch, one of the co-founders of First Class Real Estate. Thanks so much for joining in and checking out our video. Today's topic we're gonna talk about is getting out of production. The first question you have to ask is, why would I wanna get out of production? I mean, that seems so counterproductive. You're gonna get out of production because you're gonna realize that there's way more to this business that you can go after. But the desire and the push to wanna do more has to outweigh the comfort of where you're at today. We talk about vision, we talk about being stuck, getting unstuck, that's all part of this. But getting out of production is really a mindset of deciding that there's more you wanna do in this industry. Getting out of production means you have to decide that customers are gonna go to work with agents you're gonna put into business. You're gonna have to decide that you wanna pass your business off to other agents. You're gonna have to decide that you wanna train those agents to do just as good, if not a better job than you. Getting out of production, you have to figure out what your model's gonna be so that you can still pay the bills and make money while you're out of production. And that is such a hindrance. But what happens most of the time is the vision of how much money you're making now doesn't exceed how much money you could make later. And so you think that going out of production is a downward cycle of losing. But what happens is you have to then fill that time with growing a business. An important factor when figuring this out is figuring out how you're gonna get out of production and what segment and series you're gonna do. I actually wrote a book about this. It's called Explode. You can find it on Amazon. You don't have to go buy the book. What it tells you is you have to figure out how much production you're doing and then how much production and capital you have saved to go out of production. You have to figure out in this model, when you're going out of production, how long it's gonna take you to get back to exactly where you were while you're in production. You're gonna change your customer. Your customer is gonna go from being buyers and sellers to being real estate agents that you can help and support. And so when your customer changes, your marketing has to change, your mindset has to change, and your daily habits have to change. So all of these things are important when getting out of production, and it's really hard to do it halfway. So figuring that out, making that jump, it will probably be one of the best decisions you've ever made. You're gonna go from being self-employed, doing all the work yourself, to being self-employed where you're building a business of more self-employed people. You have to figure out how you're gonna help them be in production and make a lot of money. Getting out of production is a gut check. You have to decide, do you have inside of you all the knowledge, and I think you do, the knowledge that can help them do more production? Can you help more people be more productive? Can you attract those people? Do you have a picture of a business and a model that can bring people in and give them all the resources they need to be successful? The last thing you want to do is not pick the right model, go get out of production and set up a scalable model that's really beneficial to the people you work for, but not beneficial for you in the long term. You may decide you want to go out of production and you're going to have 5 agents. That's okay, that's where your mind is at today, but you need to build it like it's going to be 100. If you're going to stay at 5, then it may be different than you're going to reach when you get to 100. Either way, you're out of production, but I do want to tell you and at least caution you that today the goal is 5, tomorrow the goal may be 100, even though you don't feel like that today. I do want to tell you there's some limiting factors to getting out of production. If you go tell people that you work for that you want to come out of production and they don't have the model set up for you to do that effectively and profitably, they're going to hold you back. Now, that's gonna matter because these are people that you care about and trust, and when they're slowing you down, they're doing that for their own benefit. And I'm telling you this not as a negative against them. They don't mean it in a negative way, but what happens is they're just thinking of losing you as production and what that would do to impact their business. You have to make sure you're circled around people that wanna see you do the highest and best use. The reason I'm the guy to tell you that is because I've already built the model all the way to the top that allows someone to come in anywhere from an agent to an area representative. If you're in production and you want to stay in production, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have a great career, especially in the right model. You can make a great income and provide a great life for your family. If something's inside of you and it's urging you to get out of production and you're just not quite sure how to do it, reach out to me and I'd love to give you advice on how you can do what's right for you to get out of production.